Mein Kampf. Listen, they don't want to teach you Mein Kampf in schools. You better go out there. You're in 6th grade. You better go read Mein Kampf. Is that what he's saying? No, I don't think. I mean, even if you're going to read Mein Kampf as a sort of historical.
You will ban genderqueer, but you're debating right now in real time with yourself about whether or not Mein Kampf is appropriate for kids? Everybody says, anyone think, it's hard to say. Get serious, y'all. Alright, gotta get into some 1984 shit here. Got the one and only Michael Knowles.
It depends what the book is, and it depends who does the banning. If the banning is being done by bad people who are not going to help you become educated, then I guess you should go read the book. If the book is being banned by just and wise and prudent authorities, then maybe don't read the book.
Okay, so, yeah, we know. I've always known. We've all said this. If you're on the left and you've been commenting on these assholes for a while, you've been able to see the fash for the fash. And you probably get gaslit quite a bit. You'll have a lot of your liberal friends be like, oh, you silly lefties. You think everything's a Nazi or Hitler. You basically, when you don't get your way, you know, you're like, oh, I've had to wait in line for a long time. This line is basically the Holocaust. That's what you do, you silly lefties. And it's like, no. Usually pretty distinct as to what certain people are or categories are. You know, difference between white nationalists, white supremacists, the alt-right. These are different terms. They mean different things. Neo-reactionaries, Christian fascists, Christian nationalists, neo-Nazis, Ku Klux Klan members, all of these, like, these are different things. Yes, there's overlap sometimes, you know, usually between misogyny, trans-misogyny, racism. There's, you know, white supremacy and patriarchy. Together, they usually have a lot of overlap in a lot of different categories and stuff like that. Yeah. All that being said, no shit. No shit. The far right want to ban books. The far right want to suppress information. They don't care about the marketplace of ideas. This isn't about the high level ideas like they were saying out loud. We took them at face value in good faith, but really they just want to fucking burn books and they want to persecute queer people. It's always has been. Always has been. Yes, the writing is not on the wall. They've been fucking pissing it nonstop all over everyone.
Depends what the book is. If the book is Hamlet, then you should go read the book. If the book is gay porn, as is turning up in lots of schools, then don't read the book.
Sorry, can you name the game porn that is appearing in schools? I mean, schools, I guess, are different from when I was a lad. See, when I was a lad, we didn't have gay porn in the schools. Didn't have that. So that's a new thing. It's definitely something that wasn't there when I was younger. So could you name some of the gay porn that is featured in the curriculum or in the school libraries? Yeah.
If it's pornography of any kind, don't read the book. You will not be edified by that. You will not be educated by that.
Okay.
What is Stephen King suggesting? All books, Genderqueer by Maya Kababi. We should read that.
It's right behind me.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, and you should. It's a great read. Good story. Good coming of age story about a asexual individual. Yes, a asexual individual discovering that. Not about you should definitely go out there and have as much sex as possible. That was my lived experience. No, it's my lived experience. I happen to be asexual, and I went on a pathway of discovery to figuring that out. That's one of the parts of the story, and it's not the only part of the story. There's multiple parts of the story, also about gender identity and stuff like that. But yes, one small part of the story, the one that you keep talking about, and that's why this is the scariest book to everybody, is discovering that the main character was asexual. Yeah.
Mein Kampf. Listen, they don't want to teach you Mein Kampf in schools. You better go out there. You're in 6th grade. You better go read Mein Kampf. Is that what he's saying? No, I don't think. I mean, even if you're going to read Mein Kampf as a sort of historical.
Why do you got a 180 on these things? You just feel it too. You're like, oh, I don't want to isolate a large part of my audience here. So, I mean, I want to enjoy, you know, a crumb of Mein Kampf.
Study. Maybe wait until you're, I don't know, like 16, 17. I don't think, does anyone really think that's appropriate for a child? I don't think it's being brought up by anybody, you big ass weirdo. I don't think this was a topic that people were thinking about. I don't think teachers and schools and parents are like, I wonder, should we introduce Mein Kampf into the curriculum? Do you think the kids are mature enough to understand the context in which it was written, understand the Weimar Republic, the World War I's, and where he was at in his own mind at the time? You know, do you think they're ready for this? No one's talking about this, you big ass weirdo. And wait,
You will ban genderqueer, but you're debating right now in real time with yourself about whether or not Mein Kampf is appropriate for kids? Is anyone think? It's hard to say.
I think there are plenty of books that are not appropriate for a child. I think Ulysses by James Joyce. I don't know. Do we really? That's something we have to read? No, of course
Ulysses,
not.
Mein Kampf.
Of course not. It's a very shallow and glib and liberal and modern idea that you should never ban or suppress any book. It is an idea that is completely out of keeping with the entire Western tradition. Catholics, Protestants, ancients, even many secularists, everyone agrees that certain books should not be taught. You see book burning in the Old Testament. Plato argued for the burning of a rival's books. Martin Luther, I often point out on the show, being Catholic, Martin Luther's not like my number one guy, you know. Martin Luther argued to burn certain books. But plenty of Catholic writers have argued, the Vatican has a list of banned books. We naturally ban certain books.
There's a lot of fucked up things being done back then that I don't think we should repeat now. It's a logical fallacy called appeal to tradition, right? As if we've been doing it for a long time. That means we should keep doing it. It was a good thing to do. We should continue down this course when yikes. Big old yikes. This sounds like 1984 cancel culture. I won't stand for it, okay? You haven't read the book. You don't know. Oh, this one's fun. Fox News is mad that there's apparently a new woke Xbox, and it's changing its power-saving mode. Xbox has announced that they're going woke because of climate change. They're trying to recruit your kids into climate politics at an earlier age. They're going after the kids. Okay, wait, we have to change the title here to Wokebox. Hell yeah. Sign me up, baby. I'm ready. I want performative politics in my video game console.
Xbox has also announced they're going woke too, and because of climate change, that they're adding a new feature to their default settings. So if you own an Xbox, you
can you imagine like 7 years ago, even it's not that long, 7 years ago, maybe even 8 years ago, like trying to explain to people what Fox News would be like in 2023. It's like, oh yeah, it's wild. Half the broadcast is about fucking M&Ms and how sexy they are. Fucking M&M's feet. It's a thing. Like the right won't shut the fuck up about it. And like that's how far it's either like trans people bad, trans people bad, trans people bad, and then all of a sudden it's like we also have to talk about the M&Ms. Well, I mean, what's wrong? Apparently, the new M&M is going to have to be a black trans lesbian, and everyone's just okay with this. They're just going to let this happen. They're going to let them do this. Yeah.
can upload this new program, and it will turn off after so long to save the environment, the power. And also they're saying the energy saving shutdown feature is going to have a slower boot time. Ted Cruz writes on Twitter, first gas stoves, then your coffee, now you're gunning for my Xbox.
My Xbox. Okay, you know why this is so cringe, by the way? Ted Cruz is a fake gamer. He's been exposed by Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz in an interview was trying to be a gamer, talking about that, and he's like, "Oh, you know what I really like? Some of these games, you have the ability, you can buy, in-game currency and stuff, and then you don't have to spend as much time really grinding, and you get into like the core, the heart of the game." And I was like, "Are you flexing about pay to play? You're flexing like the gamers are gonna fucking demolish you, homie." Like I play a lot of video games. I don't play a lot of online video games. I'm not your Fortnite guy. Okay, I'm not going to be able to here to try and tell you about loot boxes and all this kind of stuff. Drop, COD, you name it. They aren't really my games because all of you are too good, you fucking Zoomers. Okay, I don't have the time to get as good as you all are. And it's embarrassing. I got called weird names and slurs I didn't even know existed. Half of them I don't understand. But I know, even in my limited experience, you don't do that. Not only do you not do that, you don't flex about that. Like that's just, it's super sad being like, oh, look at me, I've got this really cool gun, got this really advanced gun, usually takes 40 to 50 hours to find, but I bought it for $26 digital asset.
Crazy though, like when we were kids, you were a rebel if you had like a leather jacket and a pack of cigarettes. Now you have like a full powered Xbox and you're eating pizza rolls on a gas stove. I mean, it's crazy what they're doing, but we understand what this is. It's not that it's actually going to offset emissions, okay?
No.
The level of reduction is infinitesimal, but they're trying to recruit your kids into climate politics at an earlier age. Make them...
Like, man, maybe this is Al Gore's fault. Maybe I gotta just fucking straight up be like, Al Gore, you fucked this one up, you know? You shouldn't have made this your cause celebra. Because ever since then, now everyone associates this with fucking direct politics. Ideology, right? It's like, well, climate change is a liberal Democrat thing. Blah, blah. It's like, that's like saying like science is a liberal Democrat thing, you know? This is observation made on what is taking place around you, you know? Like, at the end of the day, it's totally normal for things like, why don't we make more energy efficient electronics? Yes, and that being a selling point. And yes, that may be driving a certain percentage of consumers. I think the percentage is infinitesimal, you know? I think what maybe at the very most you could hope for is that right-wingers will get outraged about things. It's like they do the very thing that they think this is for. Like, you know, performative woke politics? Like, that's when you talk to a right-winger, when you get down to brass tacks, and they're like, I'm not a racist. Okay, this isn't about the fact that I oppose civil rights or anything like that. Yes, I don't understand what woke actually means. I don't know the AAVE definition of woke. But either way, at the end of the day, I just don't like performative politics. I don't like when there's trying to force diversity or try to sell me things based on the fact that it's like, keep your politics out of my video games is what I'm saying, right? Well, I don't see any libs making this into a 24-hour news cycle. You don't see libs being like, everyone stop what you're doing right now. The new Xbox apparently uses close to a watt less, an entire watt of electricity less than the previous model. Get this one for your children or you are a bad parent. You hate the environment. The only way to show all of your friends how woke you are is by buying the 1 watt less Xbox. Like, no, that doesn't happen. There is no liberals doing that. There's fucking the right doing that non-stop. Fake outrage, just all day. Oh, the M&Ms, Mr. Potato Head, Dr. Seuss, Xbox is woke, Little Mermaid isn't white and Aryan. Like, yes, none of this is real. These aren't real problems. They don't affect you. You know, you can, I'm gonna guess you don't play Xbox. I'm gonna guess you're not the target demographic. So you're gonna be okay. You're going to be okay if a couple watts less are being used in some households. You're going to be fine, you know? But hey, kudos to the free fucking advertising to Microsoft. Apparently, all you got to do to get free advertising is you got to generate outrage. So you do things. You say that they're woke, and then the right and Fox News will give you tons of free ad time. And they'll act real mad about it.
Climate conscious now.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. You're right. They're going after the children.
Of course they are. But again, what's the point of video games? It's for kids to be kids. Now you sit down, pick up a controller, and they're like, by the way, the world's on fire. Ah! You know what I mean? You just...
Is that the opening now? Is that the Xbox opening when you turn it on? I don't have the newest one. I don't know how it is. It's just like, yeah. Welcome to Xbox. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. You're going to have fun. It's going to be a great video game. Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demo, Mark Harmon, Benji Arnie, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Nkosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.